Now, the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry is expected to hear evidence from a new witness this morning. This after Crime Intelligence head Dumisani Khumalo concluded his submissions yesterday. Khumalo argued strongly that the decision to disband the political killings task team was ill-informed. Now, senior politics reporter Ziyanda Ngcobo has been following those proceedings and joins us now live from the Bridget Mabandla Justice College in Pretoria. We've had at least 3 days of hearing from Dumisani Khumalo, including, of course, the time he was there before he took a break. And now, back on the stand onto the stand, should I say, is a new witness. Do we know any further details with regards to that, Ziyanda?
Well, at this stage, Arabile, it seems like, and this is just from what I've been able to gather, nothing official yet, but it appears that it's going to be a senior official from the Ekurhuleni Metro Police Department that is going to be testifying today. Now, the EMPD gets involved. Then, if you recall, the issue around the helicopter hovering over the home of KT Molefe in December last year, it was Chief George Raftopolis, who was called, and he comes from the Ekurhuleni Metro Police Department. But also where Ekurhuleni also features quite prominently is when we heard that testimony about how there were at least 4 or 5 vehicles belonging to Vusumuzi Katnatlala that were installed with blue lights unduly so. So perhaps this senior official would be able to shed light with regard to that. And this forms part of the much bigger picture, Arabile, when it comes to the levels of infiltration, according to what we've heard so far from the likes of Crime Intelligence boss Dumisani Khumalo and KZN Police Commissioner Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, that at all layers of the criminal justice system, whether you're talking about policing, the judiciary, as well as the prosecutorial aspect of the criminal justice system, they believe, and they have led evidence, that these criminal cartels have been able to actively recruit within the South African Police Service, but also pay bribes to prosecutors and magistrates. Now, if you go back to what Khumalo just told us yesterday, and with regards to the case that our colleague Veronica Makhwadi will be covering regarding Khumalo's decision to hire Dineo Mokwele, Khumalo says that this particular case is actually forming part of the retaliatory attacks against them as the political killings task team because of what they managed to uncover as detectives. So much so that he also believes that it's such discoveries that encouraged and were part of the reasons why Senzo Mkhunu, the police minister, decided to disband the PKTT in such a rushed manner. And also when you look at the prosecutorial aspect, which Zolega Kotashe will cover in Cape Town, you'll recall that there was also evidence around, the investigating officer in this case against Khumalo and his co-accused here in Pretoria, to say that the investigating officer, Brian Padiachi, is a former crime intelligence operative. He has no investigative capacity. And the link with the likes of Andrea Johnson is that the accusation is that Padiachi is friends with Andrea Johnson's husband, who is also within crime intelligence, and that also forming part of a larger conspiracy of retaliatory attacks. So this senior EMPD official will perhaps be able to shed light on processes and what has taken place, and then continuing on that theme of these 2 central figures being Vusumuzi Katnatlala and Katiso KT Molefe.
Yeah, so going to be an important one to unravel and see how things fared today. Proceedings kicking off at 10 a.m. Ziyanda Ngcobo, thank you so much for bringing us that update.